It's the idea that all the potential runners in the museum, you can jump into them, flick the switches, turn the key, and they all go.
50-ish
something like that, yeah.
On the running fleet, which if you asked for them to move tomorrow, we could.
Wow, that's amazing. Vladimir Putin better watch out, right? Right, now, welcome to WW2headquarters.com with me, Al Murray, here at the Tank Museum, and I'm properly backstage. Backstage is always the most interesting part of any showbiz operation. The Tank Museum on Tiger Day is it's on show. And so we've come here to the workshop to meet the team that makes this possible. Isn't that right? You make this possible, don't you, gents?
We try our hardest.
They try their hardest. Fantastic. So it's a big day tomorrow. Lots and lots of challenges. And we're in the workshop and there's tanks in pieces in here. How much preparation is there that goes into a day like today?
It's weeks, to be fair, if not months. To have the small team here get together, put the vehicles out with our volunteers, it's huge. It's a lot of effort.
And you're lying awake at night thinking that gearbox?
Always. Rich and I have done a lot of work with Tiger. It's given us sleepless nights.
Yeah, it has done.
It's never a nice night before, but it's a very good one on Sunday night or Saturday night. Sorry.
Yeah, but once it's over,
yeah.
The tank's brought back in here to cool down. And
sadly not. No, so it goes back to the museum because it's such a vehicle that people travel from all over the world to see. It won't come back into the workshop for a couple of months now.
Right.
And then we get to iron out any problems over the winter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's in demand.
It's very much in demand. It's very much like the focus of a lot of people's visits here, right?
Mm-hmm.
They come here to see 131.
Definitely.
What are the challenges though of a vehicle that's that old, right? It's not like you can go to Halfords, is it?
No.
Right?
God no.
You can't go to Quick Fit for either.
No.
So. And obviously the challenge is, say it's like a listed building. Are you keeping it in 1943, or are you making it?
I think because it's so iconic, we try to keep it as original as possible. I mean, if you look back at the history of the Tiger, we actually have put a different engine in it that originally came with the vehicle.
Yeah.
So originally it had the 210, which is the aluminium engine. But because after the war they wanted to find out all about the vehicle, they actually cut it up and sectioned it.
Right.
So we've had to put a later engine in it, which is the 230, which is actually from like they fitted in Tiger 2s and whatnot.
Right.
But they didn't do that in the field. It was like while it was out on the battlefield, it was an upgrade that they did do.
So?
Yeah, so they actually had engineers would weld in the extra bits and fit the gearboxes to make that function, and that is basically what we've recreated with the vehicle. But we had to do that through drawings to find certain bits and have them remanufactured to make it work, as it were.
Well, that's quite the task, isn't it?
So
it's true to what they would have done
Yes.
with the vehicle to keep the vehicle running.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
and make it more reliable.
Yeah. Which is, after all, one of the things that one of the criticisms thrown at the Tiger is it's not particularly reliable, right?
Yeah.
But how many hours a year are you running it?
So usually with Tiger, we run Tiger Day twice a year. Uniquely this year we ran it at Tank Fest as well, so it's had an extra 3 days. We first braided it this week. It's like any vehicle, they do have the little
foibles.
That's the word, yeah.
Even the first braid is more difficult on the Tiger as opposed to something else because it's so heavy to lift the decks. You're supposed to use 4 men to first braid it, but obviously
There's 3 of you.
Yeah, and it's not very safe, so we use a forklift to aid us with lifting the decks to first braid it. And that's just checking the oil, you have to lift the decks.
Yeah.
Whereas, some other vehicles you don't necessarily have to. You can, there's hatches to take the dipstick out. So.
Okay. What's first braiding? What do we mean by that?
Well, first braiding in its most simplest form is checking the overall condition of the vehicle before you start it or drive it. So checking engine oils, coolants, the running condition, the running parts of the vehicle, so tracks, making sure it's all secure, safe to move and start the vehicle.
Before you turn the key in the ignition.
that.
Is there a key in an ignition?
So with the Tiger, the more the German stuff, there is an ignition key.
Really?
But most other tanks is more just a couple of switches.
Right.
Press the button.
I can't believe that there's actually so you lose the keys. You ever lost the keys?
We haven't. We've got one of our member of staff that loves doing it.
Amazing.
Always interesting.
Am I right in thinking the turret ring is slightly warped from the battle damage it's sustained?
That's
correct.
your.
Actually, when you're inside it, you can, while you're in the not the drivers, because there's the panel there, but in the bow gunner side, you look up and you can actually see the damage where the hull has been gone down. Yeah, and you can see a hole. And obviously, when it was brought back into service, as it were, they like welded a plate over it. So it looks original from the outside, but when you're inside, you can see the battle damage that was caused.
Wow, incredible. Now, obviously, it's not just the Tiger. There's all sorts of other vehicles being run for Tiger Day. And what are we leaning on? I mean, this is because this is the thing. This is an ongoing workshop. It's not just the event days. You're keeping stuff running in general. What's this?
So this is our Centurion 105 AVRE. It's been our long-term project for the last 5 years. When we get time not doing displays, we are putting the engine and gearbox back in and hopefully have it running by the end of the year.
Right.
Display seasons next year.
Okay, and so this is the Bulldozer variant, basically.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
With a great
With the
big gun on it.
to defend itself.
Right,
yeah.
okay, excellent. And what are the challenges with because this is a more recent type, it's not foreign type. There were lots of Centurions made over the years. They're in service for decades. I mean, there's still some chassis out there running, aren't there, with the Pakistani army or someone like that, or the South Africans in some form. You know what I mean?
So we recently just did an auction in Australia where they were getting rid of a load of Centurion parts, which we did some bidding on some certain items we're short on. Recently we also got about 7 crated refurbished Meteor engines as well.
Yeah.
So parts are still available for the newer stuff, let's say.
Yeah.
But the smaller items, the more niche items, you still struggle with.
Yeah.
They are running out. So we're not in the business of just taking something off and replacing it.
Yeah.
We have to repair what we have and keep it going for as long as we can.
And that's quite a challenge, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely is.
I mean, if for instance you need something made that's bespoke, how do you go about that? You know, like a part for a gearbox. How do you go about that?
We've got a small engineering department in-house. We've got a very good volunteer that comes in and he will make from scratch. Anything bigger than that we have to outsource. It's about management of time and money.
For the fabrication of parts.
Yeah, exactly.
And also finding the manual that tells you exactly what it is.
Yeah,
finding
the
part
drawings.
number, the drawings.
Luckily we've got the fantastic archive with a huge array of drawings that we've had to go and use when we were doing some Tiger repairs. We spent time over there getting the drawings and trying to understand it before repairing it, if that makes sense.
And in general, what's the philosophy? It's the idea that all the potential runners in the museum, you can jump into them, flick the switches, turn the key, and they all go? Or is it...
So we would nickname it, well, that's called the running fleet, and there's 50-ish
Something like that, yeah. Going up,
on the running fleet, which if you asked for them to move tomorrow, we could.
Wow.
There's a couple that are currently off the road, but that's through no fault of ours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a lot of vehicles.
That's a lot of vehicles.
Yeah, and each vehicle then gets an annual inspection. So they come into this workshop, they get put through like an MOT, and then we don't necessarily repair everything we find. It's a case of managing how we move forward.
Prioritising stuff.
Yeah. Through danger and safety.
Okay. And if you had to pick I'm going to ask you each individual, if you had to pick a favourite?
Churchill, just because the amount of work me and Dan have both put on that vehicle. We started with the vehicle as a runner, or with a lot of faults, a lot of problems, and we spent a good year, maybe longer, trying to get it spot on, and now it's at a stage where it's got a few issues, but it's on the button, it does its displays without fault, and hopefully, touch wood.
Big day tomorrow.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
But that's why I have an interest in and more liking towards that vehicle. It's just the amount of work we put into it.
Okay.
It's exactly that reason. It's the first big vehicle I worked on here after joining. It's the first big vehicle I drove as well. And yeah, it's Churchill, sorry.
Okay, and finally?
We haven't, well, my actual favourite is a Challenger 2 just because that's what I used to fix when I was in the army.
Right.
But Challenger 1 is very similar, so it's Challenger 1, Challenger 2 is my favourite.
Okay, so a bit more up to date than these.
Yeah, it is, but that's the only
dinosaurs.
reason, yeah. There's so many good, nice tanks out there, but that's the only one just because the time I served, like, following them and fixing them. Sort of.
So it's like, it's like the back of your hand.
Yeah, it's history, as it were.
Your history.
Yeah, you look back at good times you used to.
Okay, brilliant. I mean, I have to say, the idea that there's 50 vehicles that are pretty much running is boggling, because if you come to an event here, you might see, say, a dozen maximum in a kind of parade in the arena, but to know that there's 50 ready to go, I mean, Vladimir Putin better watch out, right?
And it's vehicles dating from 1920s, our armoured Rolls Royce, all the way up to Challenger 1s, Tudors, CVRTs, so it's a huge range of vehicles from United Kingdoms, America, Russia, German vehicles as well. So
it's a difficult task, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because everyone does things slightly differently as well, which I've noticed in my time here. Like the Russians would first parade or build something slightly different to the Germans and the British. So everyone's got their own way of doing things, as it were.
Well, but all these vehicles are reflections of the cultures that produce them,
definitely.
right?
Yeah.
So the British way of going at things maybe is to bring them in under budget. The American way of doing them is having everything kind of A-OK, right?
Yeah.
And the German is, I mean, you get into ideas about efficiency and all that sort of thing, right?
Definitely.
What's the next really big mega project? Because I mean, I have a fair idea.
It's our pre-production Tiger 2 V2. Some of the parts are in the workshop at the moment. We're going to bring that vehicle back in after Tiger Day for the evaluation stage of it. So start actually taking items off, seeing what we have and seeing what's missing, which is quite a bit. But that's the museums.
And this is with the Porsche turret on the
pre-production, the Porsche turret.
And that's basically in tank terms a unicorn, right?
Yeah, so it's the second King Tiger off the production line as well, so the oldest surviving King Tiger for instance. Unique because that's the only surviving turret as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of uniques going on with that project, and we don't just want to strip it and just take all of its originality away from it. We plan to tastefully restore the vehicle so we preserve some of its history.
So it's kind of it has that prototype vibe about it.
Yeah, and also we don't want to strip stuff down to its bare metal and paint new on it. We plan to keep some of the parts as original as it is now. We're looking at it.
Okay, and that's a how long is a piece of string question, isn't it?
4 years.
4 years, we're being told.
4 years.
But that's a joint project, so we won't be doing everything in house. We'll have to have help with other specialists around the world, but they've already done some of these projects in the past, so we're using some of their expertise to help us with it.
Some of their thoughts and notes.
Exactly.
I mean, how much crossover is there though with agricultural machinery, say, because these are great big dirty kind of agricultural vehicles in one sense. Is there something if you need parts and bearings and stuff? Is that something you can do?
Interesting, a lot of it is like we had recently some issues with the Panzer III, wasn't it? The wheel bearings on that, we actually could get them pretty much off a shelf.
Really?
To the bearing factors, take the measurements and just get a modern day replacement for that bearing.
That's amazing.
At the end of the day, it's a roller bearing of a certain size.
Yeah.
Match it to a current off the shelf.
Well, that is fascinating. I don't think because the engineering, obviously, engineering isn't a sort of thing that has just ends. Innovations and ideas that work can go into any application. Right?
Yeah, like a lot of the vehicles we used after the war, weren't they? So like the Tigers, the King Tigers, they took the turrets off and put cranes on them. Yep. So for many years after the war, I guess people were doing the same. They were trying to keep them going. So
Well, and the French with their Panthers and all that, all that stuff as well.
So.
Well, I'll tell you what. Coming in here, you get the, there's the smell of it. There's the seriously. Because in the museum, the museum side of things are presented in pristine condition, or they're presented as examples of things. These, because they're runners, because these leak oil, don't they? They have gears that go wrong and
Yeah.
clutches that jam and all that sort of thing, because they're living, breathing items. And it's really cool to be back here and being in amongst it. Thanks very much, gents.
Okay.
I don't know. You really want an American tanks in here, though. We want British stuff.
We have to cover them all, unfortunately.
Well, I'm here to look at tanks, but look what I found, this ridiculous confection of German engineering. Can someone explain this, take me through this? Aaron, help me out here.
What do you want to know?
Well, tell the viewer who's going, what the hell is this thing, what it is?
This is a piece of German engineering known as the Kettenkrad.
The Kettenkrad.
Yes. Well, you can see German engineering turning a bike to the extreme, really.
Yeah, so it's it's not a tank though, is it?
No, not really. Well, no, it hasn't.
It's got tracks on it.
Yes.
Doesn't mean it's a tank.
No.
Right. Okay. But it's kind of a motorbike, but it's a tracked motorbike. What's that? What are they going to do with this then?
So obviously tracks is help for getting cross country, so transporting stuff. They will also have trailers fitted at the back of these.
Yeah.
But really your posh way to get across the battlefield.
It's for showing off.
Yeah, it is. It
Okay.
Completely is.
Yeah. How do you steer it? Do you steer? I mean.
So yeah, you're looking at the front of the vehicle here. You immediately think, oh, you're steering by the handles and the wheel. The actual fact is, if you got rid of that tyre now, you'd still be able to drive, turn left and right. Really, that tyre is there for stabilisation over rough terrain. When you're actually turning the handlebars, you're applying the brakes to the tracks like you would in a tank.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So it's not for show exactly, but it's not entirely necessary.
Exactly.
Okay. Brilliant. And what are the tracks? So there's rubber on the tracks.
Yeah. It's actually, yet again, another extremely complicated German design with the suspension, the tracks, or the interlocking wheels.
Right.
All of the actual track links are lubricated individually to add to the maintenance schedule of it.
Right.
But yeah, still a very unique, cool looking vehicle.
And what's the engine?
So we got an Opel engine in the back here. Carburetor on top, oil filter on the right here, cooling system then goes out the back to a giant cooling fan underneath these seats here.
Right, so if you're sat at the back, you're going to have a warm ride,
Yeah,
right?
you are indeed, especially as a driver as well, with that engine.
And this is in desert colours, so you're driving around in the heat in the desert with this with the exhaust belching onto you on the back seat.
Exactly, a comfortable ride.
Comfortable ride, okay, but it looks cool, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd make an impression, wouldn't you?
Exactly, you're turning up to this, yeah, people will know you've arrived.
Well, brilliant. Well, thanks very much, Aaron. I mean, I must get one. Like and subscribe to WW2headquarters.com if you want to see more of this kind of German nonsense. This thing is a beast, isn't it? Look at it. It's a monster. And you can help bring this monster back to life. Go to the Tank Museum website and chip in. Why not? Just want to reiterate, this never happens. Yeah, cash. There we go. I'll have that bit.